Hello everyone, welcome to my channel hdorionn. We are studying accountancy for class 12th from T.S. Grewal's textbook 2023 edition, Accounting for Partnership Firms. Chapter 4, Admission of a Partner. And in this video, we will study questions related to Goodwill. Premium for Goodwill is brought in cash by the new partner and retained in the business. So let us see some questions from the textbook. Now, whenever there is change in the constitution of a partnership firm, there arises a situation for the firm to evaluate the goodwill. So, goodwill is valued, goodwill is calculated by the firm because it is time that a new partner will take admission in the firm. So, for that reason, the treatment of goodwill is to be understood, and this particular section will be a part of all the full questions ahead. Fine. So it is just a part of a big question and it can be understood very easily. It is very easy because we have already studied the calculation of sacrificing and gaining ratio, and now just the journal entry is needed for treatment of goodwill of the new partner. So let us see question number 18. Gold and silver are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:5. They admit copper on the condition that he will bring rupees 14,000 as his share of goodwill to be distributed between gold and silver. So this is the portion of goodwill, copper's goodwill. It is not the firm's total goodwill, it is the part of new partner's goodwill, 14,000, which will be given to the old partners in their sacrificing ratio. Fine. Copper's share in the future profit or losses will be 1/4. What will be the new profit sharing ratio, and the amount of goodwill brought in by copper will be received by gold and silver. So we have to tell that out of this rupees 14,000, how much will old partners gold and silver receive? Fine, in their sacrificing ratio. Now, what is goodwill? Goodwill is the amount which the new partner brings to the firm in addition to capital. Capital plus goodwill, that is the amount a new partner has to bring, and goodwill is the value of reputation of the business. So, and because new partners is accommodated by the old partners, and old partners profit sharing is sacrificed by a portion in favor of a new partner, and therefore the new partner has to bring and give his portion of goodwill to the old partners in their sacrificing ratios. Let us see the solution. So solution 18, we will see there are two partners, gold and silver, and the profit sharing ratio is 2:5, and a new partner, copper, is admitted for how much? 1/4 share in the profit of the firm. Only this much information is here. Now when only this much information is here, the old ratio will be your sacrificing ratio. Fine, you need not to calculate sacrificing ratio, but new ratio you can calculate, or you can just figure out. Let us calculate new ratio, new profit sharing ratio. You see, after giving 1/4 portion to new partner copper, remaining profit is 1 minus 1/4, which is equal to 3/4, and this 3/4 will be given to the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So gold is equal to, out of 3/4 remaining profit, 2/7 will be given to gold, and silver will take from this 3/4 remaining portion 5/7. Okay, and because we are calculating new profit sharing ratio, therefore copper is also here. Copper stands for 1/4 share. Now multiply it, it is 6/28. Here it is 15/28, and here the denominator is 4. So multiply and divide it by 7 so that the denominator becomes common, and it is 7/28, which is nothing but 1/4. Now because the denominators are same, therefore the numerators are the profit sharing ratio. See, the numerators are profit sharing ratio. Now this is the new profit sharing ratio, And now what is the old profit sharing ratio? It is 2:5. Fine. So the old partners ratio has not changed. You see, it is 2:5. Again, it is 2:5. Divided by 3, you will get 2:5 only. So when the situation is so, the old ratio will be your sacrificing ratio. So what is sacrificing ratio? Sacrificing ratio is 2:5. Please understand this. This will save you time and you can score better marks by saving some time. And even if you calculate it, what is sacrificing ratio? Sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. Even if you solve by this, you will get the same result. Now the new partner Copper is bringing how much portion of goodwill? Copper's goodwill which he is bringing in the firm is rupees 14,000. Now this is a compensation paid by the new partner to the old partners for sacrificing their portion of profits in favor of the new partner. So the more the sacrifice, the more the portion of goodwill the partner will receive. So first partner Gold. Gold will get how much? Out of 14,000, sacrificing ratio is 2/7. So Gold will get how much? 4,000 rupees. Okay. And for silver out of 14,000 rupees, silver sacrifice is how much? 5/7. So it is how much? 10,000 rupees will be received by silver. So this is our answer. This is what the question has asked. New profit sharing ratio and the portion, how much goodwill each partner will receive. Now let us see question number 19. Vimal and Nirmal are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio 3:2. A new partner Kailash is admitted. Vimal gives 1/5 of his share and Nirmal gives 2/5 of his share in favor of Kailash. Now 1/5 of his share and here it is what? Nirmal gives 2/5 of his share. Now from their respective shares they are sacrificing. Fine. For the purpose of Kailash admission, goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 75,000. This is the firm's goodwill, not new partner Kailash portion of goodwill. And Kailash brings his share of goodwill in cash, which is retained in the business. Journalize the above transactions. Now, even if this sentence is not written, it is retained in the business. It is assumed to be retained in the business. The amount which the new partner is bringing as a portion of goodwill will be retained in the business unless the question asks us to withdraw it by the partners. Fine. So let us see the solution. So solution 19. Vimal and Nirmal. Vimal and Nirmal ratio is 3:2, or you can say 3/5:2/5. Fine. 3 divided by total of this and 2 divided by total of this. This is the portion of profit which they are getting. And now a new partner has come, Kailash. Now Vimal gives. So for Kailash, how much they are receiving? How much the old partners are contributing for Kailash from their profit is that it is written that Vimal gives 1/5 of his share. What is Vimal's share? Vimal's share is 3/5. From his portion 3/5, he is sacrificing 1/5 in favor of Kailash. Not only Kailash, but other partner Nirmal also from his share, that is, what is that? That is 2/5. From his portion 2/5. 2/5 portion is sacrificed by Nirmal. So whatever the old partners have sacrificed, that is the thing which the new partner has gained. Now when you solve this, Kailash is getting how much? It is 3/25 plus 4/25, which is equal to 7/25. So this is the new partner's portion in the profit. But what is the sacrificing ratio? Because we need to treat the goodwill brought by Kailash in sacrificing ratio. So this much Vimal has sacrificed and this much Nirmal has sacrificed. Therefore, the sacrificing ratio of old partner is how much? 3 by 25 is to 4 by 25. When the denominators are same, numerators are the ratio. It is 3 is to 4. Very simple to understand. If you see the question, if you comprehend the question well, you can devise a shortcut method to calculate the sacrificing and gaining ratio. Even this is that simple that by just reading the question or observing it, you can figure out the sacrificing ratio. So when you practice more, you will get perfect in calculating sacrificing ratio. Fine. There is also a method which is a longer method in which you have to calculate the new ratio and then subtract it with what is that old ratio minus new ratio to get the sacrificing ratio. But this way, if you see the things right in the question clearly, then your calculations are reduced and you save time. So new partners portion of goodwill will be given to the old partners in their sacrificing ratio, which is 3 is to 4. So how much is the new partner bringing? New partners portion of goodwill is how much? 75,000 is the total goodwill of the firm, and Kailash portion is how much? 7 by 25. So 7 by 25 means what? 21,000 rupees Kailash will bring as his portion of goodwill. And this 21,000 will be given to the old partners in their sacrificing ratio. So let us pass the journal entry for this. So journal entry will be, bank account will be debited with the amount of goodwill brought by the new partner, 21,000, to premium for goodwill. Being goodwill brought by new partner. Now this goodwill will be distributed to the old partners in their sacrificing ratio. So premium for goodwill account will be closed now. Premium for goodwill, first it is credited and now it is debited and closed with the same amount, 21,000, and now it is transferred to old partners capital account. Nirmal's capital account. So in their sacrificing ratio, so what is their sacrificing ratio? Sacrificing ratio is 3 is to 4. I'm writing it here, and let me make you clear with a calculation. 3 by 7. So 21,000 into 3 by 7, 7 3s are 21. It is 9,000 rupees will be paid to Vimal, and remaining you just subtract it, you will get the remaining. Even if you calculate it, then also you will get 12,000. Being goodwill to old partners in sacrificing ratio, that is 3 is to 4. So that way the journal entries are to be made. And how do you know that it is retained in the business? It is retained in the business because withdrawing entry of premium for goodwill is not here. Fine, and it is not asked in the question also. So when you stop here, it means what? The money which is brought in by the new partner as premium for goodwill is given to the partners, but the money is retained in the business. It has not been withdrawn by the partners for their personal use. Now let us see question number 20. Pass journal entries to record the following arrangements in the books of the firm. A. B and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3 to 2. D is admitted paying a premium, that is goodwill, for rupees 2,000 for 1/4 share in the profits. Shares of B and C remain as before. Now when shares of B and C are remaining as before, the old ratio is the sacrificing ratio. Fine. So let us see the solution. In the solution, new partner D is bringing cash or bank. Fine, you can write bank or cash because everywhere you see bank account are more in use, banking habit is developing, and as a result, no transaction is made should be made in business in cash. Everything should go into the bank. So you can maintain both the accounts. Either you can write cash account or bank account. 2 premium for goodwill. So paying 2000 rupees premium for goodwill, being premium brought by D, and now it will be transferred to partner's capital account. In their sacrificing ratio, which is 3:2. So rupees 2000 when broken in the ratio 3:2, it is 1200 and 800. Now, because in the question it has written that the old ratio of old partner B and C will be the same as the new ratio. So there is no change in the profit sharing ratio of A and B. And as a result, their old ratio will be their sacrificing ratio. Now let us see question number 20b. B and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. D is admitted paying a premium of rupees 2100 for 1/4 share of profit, which he acquires 1/6 from B and 1/12 from C. Now see how much the new partner has acquired is different from the old ratio. 3:2 is the old ratio, but now it is how much? 1/6 is to 1/12, that is 2:1. If you take LCM and take the numerators, you will get 2:1. So how much they are getting from each partner is the ratio which is sacrificing ratio. So immediately you can figure out here that the sacrificing ratio is 2:1. This is the sacrificing ratio. Fine. Even if you solve full question, sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio, then also you will see dramatically that it is 2:1. So if you understand this, then it is a simpler method to understand what is sacrificing ratio, and it is very, very beneficial for a student. Journal for question number 20b. Bank account debited or cash account. 2 premium for goodwill. How much has the new partner D brought? It is 2100 rupees he brings as premium for goodwill. Being premium by new partner D. Now this premium is to be given to the old partners as compensation by debiting and closing it. So in this way 2100 rupees is once credited and once debited, and it is closed and it is transferred to B's capital account and C's capital account. In their sacrificing ratio, let me show you sacrificing ratio here. It says that 1/6 from B and 1/12 from C. So when you solve this, you get LCM 12, fine, and it will become how much? It is nothing but 2/12 is to 1/12. So it is how much? 2:1 is the sacrificing ratio. Fine. Now break this into 1 divided by 3, 700. So 1400 and 700. So that is the way you have to distribute. Being goodwill paid in sacrificing ratio, which is 3, what is that? 2:1. I hope you are getting the concept well. So question number 21. B and C are in partnership, sharing profits and losses as 3:1. They admit D as a partner in the firm. D pays premium of rupees 15,000 for 1/3 share of the profits. So out of the total profits of the firm, new partner D will be paid 1/3 of it. As between themselves, B and C agree to share future profits and losses equally. Now see, the old ratio and the new ratio has changed. Old ratio of old partners B and C was 3:1. Now it has changed to 1:1. Fine. Draft the journal entries showing appropriation of the premium money. Now, old ratio cannot be taken as sacrificing ratio because the new ratio of old partners are different than the old ratio. So, we will have to calculate sacrificing ratio for the treatment of goodwill. So, 21st question. B and C are the partners and the ratio is 3:1. And new partner D is coming in the business for how much share? 1/3 share. Fine. So what will be the new profit sharing ratio of B, C and D? Okay. So let us take D first. D is how much? 1/3. So how much will be B and how much will be C? Let us solve it differently. Now after paying D 1/3, remaining is how much? 2/3. 2/3 and equally means 1:1. Then 2/3 and 1/2. So this will be the new ratio. I hope you are understanding it. D is paid 1/3 from the total profit. So remaining will be how much? 1 minus 1/3 is equal to how much? 2/3. Now it is broken half a half to old partners, half to 1/3, half is given to B and sorry, 2/3 half is given to B and 2/3 other half is given to C. So in this way, the new ratio becomes how much? Like we can cancel 2 here because in the denominator we will get 3. So 1/3 is to 1/3 is to 1/3. Here also the denominators are same. So the new ratio is how much? 1:1:1. So this is their new profit sharing ratio. And the old profit sharing ratio is how much? 3:1:0. So here you see the old ratio and the new ratio are different, and therefore you need to calculate sacrificing ratio. Fine. So what is sacrificing ratio? It is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. So for partner B, old ratio is 3/4 minus new ratio is 1/3. And for other partner C, old ratio is 1/4 and new ratio is 1/3. Okay. Now let us solve this. In the denominator you will get 12. In the numerator 9 minus 4, that is equal to 5/12. Sacrifice because it is positive. But here you see it is 12 denominator. LCM is 12 and in the numerator you get 3 minus 4 which is equal to minus 1/12. So it is a gain here. You see, in the new profit sharing ratio, not only the new partner is gaining, but also one of the old partner is gaining. Fine. So we know that whomsoever sacrifices, the capital account is to be credited, and whomsoever gains, the capital account is to be debited. Now you will say that gain and sacrifice should be equal. Here the sacrifice is 5/12 of the total profit and the gain is only showing here 1/12 of the total profit. So let us see D also. Bringing D into the picture will satisfy this query. Old ratio is 0 and new ratio is how much? 1/3. Now here the denominator is 12 and 12. So let us make it 12 by multiplying and dividing it by 4. Now it is how much? Minus 4/12. Now you can see here that 5 is sacrificed and 1 and 4 negative. It is also 5. So here also it has new partner will definitely gain and therefore the capital account has to be debited. Fine. But here because D is new and D is bringing his portion of goodwill and therefore instead of debiting and crediting capital account, premium for goodwill account will be the answer. Premium for goodwill. Instead of writing new partners capital account, which account will be maintained? Premium for goodwill account will be maintained. But for the old partners, their respective capital accounts will be maintained for treatment of goodwill. So let us pass the journal entry. So bank account or cash account debited to premium for goodwill. It is 15,000 rupees brought as premium by the new partner D. By premium brought by D. So this premium for goodwill is representing D, and we will close it now. Premium for goodwill. Account debited 15,000. Fine. Which is how much? 1/3 of the total goodwill of the firm. If 1/3 is 15,000, total goodwill of the firm will be how much? 15,000 multiplied by 3, that is equal to 45,000 is the total goodwill of the firm. Fine. Total goodwill is how much? 45,000. We need this information, therefore I told you. So this is D. So D's account has been debited and closed. Premium for goodwill. Now in this we know that D is gaining, at the same time partner C is also gaining. So C's capital account will also be debited. So C's capital account will be debited. But what will be the amount? What will be the amount? You see, C is gaining how much? C is gaining 1/12 from of total profit of the firm. Fine. This much amount, this much portion C is gaining. So amount of goodwill 45,000 multiplied by 1/12. That is the gain portion. So that this gain will be multiplied with the total value of goodwill of the firm. And the amount is 3750. And who will sacrifice? Partner B will sacrifice. So B's capital account will be credited. 45,000 into 5/12. So this sacrifice B has made for both D and C. So this is together, because premium for goodwill is how much? Premium for goodwill is 4/12. That we just have calculated. 4/12 and 1/12 is 5/12. So 18,750. Fine. Being treatment of goodwill. In sacrificing or gaining ratios. Now let us see question number 22. Geeta and Sunita are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. They admit Anita as a new partner. The new profit sharing ratio between Geeta, Sunita and Anita will be 5:3:2. Anita brought in rupees 25,000 for her share of premium for goodwill. Pass necessary journal entries for the treatment of goodwill. Now treatment of goodwill is always to be made in sacrificing ratio. Fine. And you can see here the old partners ratio is not same in the new ratio, and as a result their sacrificing ratios are different. So we need to calculate sacrificing ratio so that treatment of goodwill is done. Solution 22. There are two partners, Geeta and Sunita, and their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. And now third partner is coming. Geeta is to Sunita is to Anita is equal to 5:3:2. Now the old partners ratios are not the same. Therefore, sacrificing ratio we will calculate, which is equal to old ratio minus new ratio for partner Geeta. Old ratio is 3/5 minus new ratio is 5/10. LCM will be 10. 6 minus 5, that is equal to 1/10. Okay. For Sunita, old ratio is 2/5 minus new ratio is 3/10. So it is 4 minus 3/10, which is equal to 1/10. Denominators are same. As a result, numerators are the sacrificing ratio. Fine. So let us pass the journal entry. Bank account debited 25,000 rupees is brought by new partner Anita as a portion of goodwill. Being premium brought by Anita. Now this will be closed. Premium for goodwill account is closed and the money is transferred to old partners Geeta and Sunita's capital account. In their sacrificing ratio, which is 1:1. So 12,500 each. Being premium paid to old partners in sacrificing ratio 1:1. So this is how the journal entry is to be passed, and I hope you have watched the full video and have understood the concept very well. And please do not skip any part of the video because it is very helpful and informative for you, and you should take advantage of this. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing and sharing this channel with your friends. And if you are having any doubt, then please put it in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking this video and watching this video.